Hi, welcome back. For those of you who are subscribers, and for those of you who are new, welcome to Magnitude 10. I'm Jeff, and we here try to record. Here I try to record a lot of the day in, day out events of comic books. I started a dealership about a little over a year ago is when I set up Magnitude 10. Before that, I was a reader from childhood, collector from my teenage years. Kind of got away from it and got back into it. About 8 years ago, I started offering things on eBay, and just fortunate this past year, I was able to make a kind of lifestyle change and been enjoying going to shows and meeting people in person. And this YouTube channel is kind of a reflection of that. Um, Recently on Facebook Marketplace, there were a couple uh, key issues that I've been looking for some time. And I spotted that in a photo on Facebook Marketplace and contacted. It was a really nice young gentleman who was up in North Dakota, and he and his brother had are involved in clearing out a house that the way that they described it. It appears the gentleman was basically you would be okay describing it as he had hoarded a lot of materials, a lot of magazines, an entire pile of newspaper clippings, some things that were not so nice. But among the items in the house were some comic books, and as the story goes, some of those had actually been thrown out. I think the job was to clear out the house, and I don't know if it had been sold off on auction or what. I don't know those details, but luckily they realized that, hey, those may have some value. They didn't know a whole lot about it, so in following up on this is what I learned. And so we did a session. We looked through the comic books. There were a number of comic books that had some value that I was able to identify, and so I kind of was fortunate because there was a key that was not in the ad that I did not have, that this young man offered me. I don't. I'm purposely not revealing the details because I want to respect their privacy. But here today, the uh, the first package arrived. I hope that there's a chance. They both work. Um, the younger brother's in the oil and gas over in North Dakota, and the older brother has a family and works in Minnesota. So I think that there's plans to take a look at the remaining comic books. I have no idea what might be in there yet. Um, they alluded to the fact they thought there were some older comic books that might, have 10, 12 cent prices. So that's kind of exciting. But this was on my doorstep today. The mailman dropped it off, and super excited to unbox it. So let's take a look. Um, I think he threw in some other comics along with the two keys. And you'll see here in a minute the two that I was excited to pick up. One of those I have never owned, and the other um, I have been looking for the better part of a year, and saw once that wasn't the right situation. It was at a shop in Cape Girardeau, and the owner was rightly so was had put a big price tag on it, and just wasn't the right time to pull the trigger on that. So So here's the box. It was nicely packaged in a Gemini. Um, and he's communicated with me very well. I will check with him and find out his thoughts on whether he would, be open to sharing some information, especially so if some of you would like to have a look at the collection and see what else is in there. I don't think that they are comic book collectors. Um, so there was a set of Batman Predator, and he included that for me, which was nice. Um, just a quick look. They look, of course, they're modern books, so they look nice. So that's a complete set. Very nice. I remember that. Contemporarily, I remember probably purchasing that and reading that when it came out. Okay, here's another book that he threw in. This is the action cover that matches the famous Superman Unchained that Neil Adams did, but this one doesn't receive as much attention, and it's not it doesn't have a high book value, but that's really nice condition. Appreciate that. I love Neil Adams. I know some people have different opinions, but that he was the artist from when I was a child, in the '70s. That his Batman and Superman are the ones that I remember from being a child. Got a chance to meet him before he passed. He was a super nice guy, easy to talk to. Okay, so yeah, I would say, great job. I love the extra protection, especially if, it happens to be left somewhere where it's raining. So I think here are the two. So first up is Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, #1. I have this, pretty solid run of this. It changed titles to Power Man after issue 16, and then Iron Fist joined Luke Cage towards the end of that run. But I let go of my copy last year and have been looking for another since. This actually, so over the phone, we did, since it was on Facebook Marketplace, we used the Facebook video, and, on my phone, it was a little hard to see. He showed a lot. The back is wrinkled. The press, would probably help that. There's a little divot here, but overall, this is a nice mid-grade copy. I would say it's probably VG. I have to smell it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Been looking for this book for a while, so it's nice to find that. I know it's not, necessarily on everybody's want list, but that had been on my want list. I do think that I will try pressing this just to improve the condition of it, especially the back cover is a little wrinkled. But no, looks very solid. So we were able to check the tightness of the staples and so forth, and just flipping through it. This fellow, he might have been the original owner. It's hard to say, but it doesn't look like it's been handled for a long time. Okay, and then he was kind enough, this was not in his photo, but during the course of looking through what he had, he said, could I show you this one? And of course, my heart leapt to see Silver Surfer #1. How cool is that for, essentially a barn find? Thank goodness this wasn't thrown out, either one of these. It, like we said, it's like, who knows what was in the boxes that were thrown out, but thank goodness they are saving these. This looks even better in person. It's not high grade, but the there's slight, pull damage around the edges of the cover. But again, this is probably at least a VG copy. And just glad that that survived. These square bounds, the the edge of that's pretty nice. Well, these are the two big keys. He also has an ASM 300. These were the ones that I were more. This is what I was interested in. I did my best to pay up for these based on what I could tell, and I think he's happy. Um, and so for both of these, I gave $100, which seeing them, I think they're worth every bit of that, especially between the two. So I am very grateful. Of course, I have spent a lot of time helping them with this collection, but to have that opportunity, I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. Um, if you'd like to join our ever-growing community, do subscribe, do like, and stay in touch. And we'll hope to see you, if not at one of the shows or in person, here on Magnitude 10 YouTube. For now, this has been Jeff. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.